everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Montefusco and I'm a lover of all things when it comes to makeup, fragrance, and beauty. And today, you might be able to tell, I have a full face of makeup on, I have bake under my eyes, so it must mean this is an eyeshadow palette kind of video, right? So today, I'm going to be providing a second impressions, little mini review, swatches, whatever, on this palette right here. So this is from the brand called Isamaya, I believe is how it's pronounced. And this is a makeup artist brand, and this is their Industrial Color Pigments eyeshadow palette. So I've used this once already on my eyes. I thought it was stunning, I thought it was gorgeous, and I thought it was worth a video. So I'm going to be doing a eyeshadow look with some colors I haven't tried before in here. I'm going to be doing some swatches, telling you all what I think about the palette, all that kind of fun stuff. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, then please keep on watching. Alright, so before I get into the actual palette, I just want to show you what this thing looks like because it is beautiful. So this is what the palette looks like. To be honest, it's a lot smaller in person than I expected, but these shades are stunning. Like the other day, I used this green shade, like this forest, olive green shade on the top row. It was really pretty. And then I layered this like bright green over it. It was really stunning. And then I also used the two like black gray looking cream to powders, and those worked really well too. But anyways, this palette is made in Italy. This is over $100, or it's about $100. I forget the price of this, but this is expensive. You're looking at about $100. So this is like, you know, Pat McGrath prices. The packaging is just kind of like cheap plastic. Not a huge fan of that. I mean, I think the packaging's cool. Like you see this person, like at their outline, but this is gonna be a pain in the butt store. So not a huge fan of that either. But the quality so far I think is pretty good. And I love Made in Italy shadows. And I think this color story is like super unique and super creative and super fun. So yeah, anyways, that was like my quick little tangent before I actually get to the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna apply eyeshadow primer off camera. I'm going to use my, gonna use my Milani eyeshadow primer. It's my favorite stuff. Just gonna apply that and then we'll get started. All right, so that is the primer, easy peasy. So I'm only gonna be using actually two eyeshadow brushes today, and this is what I did last time. So I'm going to be using a Morphe M321 as well as a Morphe M330. That's all I'm using with these cream to powders. And this is what I did last time. It worked pretty well. Normally I'm not the biggest fan of Morphe brushes, but I feel like these work well for this purpose. So I'm gonna take this gray shade in the bottom row, and I'm just gonna take this Morphe like pencil brush, and this is what we're gonna use to pack it into the crease. So this is definitely a cream to powder. If you're not into cream to powders, those are like the only mattes in here. So I'm just gonna build it up, and it's gonna look kind of messy at first, but the more you work with it and the more you blend it out and the more you build up the color, I feel like the better it looks. The wonderful thing about cream to powders is that you don't experience any fallout. So you can use dark shades like blacks and grays and dark blues. And if they're a cream to powder formula, you're gonna have zero fallout, which is wonderful. So I'm just applying this in kind of like a halo-ish shape, just all around my crease. Again, it's gonna look sloppy, but it will work out in the end. And I'm gonna flick it out just a little bit on the ends. Not too much, but just creating a little bit of a cat eye, like that. And then we're gonna take this blending brush, and we're just gonna use that to blend it a little bit. Again, we're not looking for perfect here. We're just looking for a good crease that we can use to build up the look. And I'm sorry if you hear those noises. My partner and his dad are currently building like a shed office in our backyard. And so they're working on that today. You know, it's a weekend. I normally film on weekends, so sorry. So see how easy that was to create that crease? It was super, super easy. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And again, you don't have to be super precise with these cream to powders, which I like. They're easily buildable, they're easily blendable. You can start out kind of messy, and then the more you blend and the more you layer and the more you play with them, you can actually create something that looks like it took a lot more time than it did. So I personally like that. So I know I haven't posted in like a week. I know I'm becoming less consistent in my posting schedule. I am sorry about that. Again, like I've said in some recent videos, if I'm not inspired, I'm just not gonna post. I wasn't very inspired to film last weekend, so I just didn't do that, which is okay. So now I'm trying to do that flick on the other eye, that like slight cat eye. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing, we're gonna blend. Blend, blend, blend. Boom. That is it for the crease. It is super, super easy to use that cream to powder. And then we're gonna be doing a similar thing with this cream to powder on the top. This one is more of like a black. I feel like this one is more of a gray. So again, we're gonna take that same brush, but this time we're gonna just keep that on the outer corner. So we're looking for a really dark, deep, sultry kind of base here. And keep in mind, these are the only two mattes in the palette. So if you're not into blacks, grays, smoky kind of looks, but you are interested in this palette, you may want to pull in other mattes or satins or something like that. Because like all the rest of these shades, I would say the vast majority of them are metallics. There might be a few satins in here. And then some of the metallics are really, really chunky. So you definitely would not be able to, you know, use those with a brush and build up color and all that. So you would need satins or mattes or something like that if you're not into smokiness. Because this palette has so many just like really beautiful metallics, I think I could see this as like a palette that provides a pop of something really beautiful. And, you know, I would use this palette as like a go-to grab a metallic palette and then use a different palette or palettes for mattes. So you can also look at it like that way. This could be a palette of pops, or if you're into dark, sultry, smoky kind of looks, then you can do what I'm doing now or something similar, where you layer the cream to powders, you use them to create a dark, smoky look, etc., etc. So those are the mattes for this look. I normally don't do something smoky and sultry like this, but I have actually really been enjoying these shades, and I do think they're really, really easy to work with. So now, of course, I'm going to go into my glitter glue. I always do this because I just cannot use metallics without a glitter glue. I feel like they don't stick as well, they're not as intense, they don't last, they crease if I don't use a glitter glue. So we're going to be doing that, just taking my NYX glitter glue, going to apply it on the parts of my eyes where I do not have shadow right now. And then we're going to go into some beautiful metallics. So I think today I want to go really sultry, deep, smoky. So I want to go for this gray metallic, like gunmetal on the bottom row, as well as that chunkier gunmetal-y one metallic, like right here in the top row. Those are the ones I want to go for. We're doing something pretty dramatic today. So we have a dark gunmetal and a light one. So I'll take the dark one first. Oh, that is stunning. I haven't swatched this palette at all, and I've only used it once. So I had no idea what this metallic was gonna look like, but I am in love. And then take that lighter gray. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Oh, I just feel like a rock and roll princess. I feel like a badass with these kinds of shades on my eyes. And normally, I do not feel like a badass at all. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. That was so easy to get those shades onto my eyes, and they are really beautiful. So what I'm gonna do now that we have those metallics on here is I'm gonna take this brush. This is a Refer number 19. We're gonna use this to remove the bake, which would have caught any fallout if I had any, but to be honest, no fallout at all, which is wonderful. And then we're gonna do lower lash line, you know, inner corner, brow bone, all that stuff. So I'm gonna take that same shade that I took in my crease on that same brush. And I'm just dragging it ever so slightly on that lower lash line. Look at that. That is beautiful. So just gonna do the same thing on my other eye. And then, what shades should I go for my inner corner and brow bone? I think I'm gonna go for this shade. It looks white in the pan, but it's like a white to blue, like purple kind of duochrome. Oh yeah, that's a nice pop. That's a beautiful shade. Oh my goodness. All right, and then just also gonna tap that on the brow bone. Wow. Yeah, this palette is a dream if you love bold, interesting, textured metallics, interesting finishes. If you like to be experimental with your makeup, this is a look. This is a vibe. Oh my goodness. So I'm not even going to apply eyeliner to this because I feel like I don't need to. I like the smokiness of this and I don't want to apply eyeliner. So I'm just going to apply some mascara. This is an e.l.f. mascara I've been trying. It's pretty good. It's called the Big Mood mascara. I believe my mom got this for me for like in my Christmas stocking or something. And I do like it. It's good for the price, of course, but is it my favorite mascara of all time? No. It's definitely more of a volumizing mascara versus a lengthening mascara. And I prefer a bit more of a lengthening mascara instead of volume. Oh wow. So this is the finished look. I feel beautiful, sultry, like kind of sexy, which I normally don't feel like that, but this is stunning. I absolutely adore this eyeshadow look. And in case you're wondering what I'm wearing on my lips, I'm trying out this Fenty Beauty product today for the first time. It's their Poutsicle, and this is in the shade Zesty Bestie. It's like a lip stain, and I really like it. I think it's a really nice product so far. And then in case you're also wondering, Isamaya, they also have different products that they've released. They have like a brow thing. I didn't get that. They're releasing like a highlighter, like serum thing. I didn't get that, but I did get their lip gloss. They also have a mascara. I did not get that. But I got this like lip gloss. It's supposed to be like plumping. It's okay. The color is, it's a lot more sheer than it looks like in the tube. And it smells very like minty, and it does provide like a plumping effect, but I'm just not a fan of the formula. I feel like it's too thick. It doesn't provide enough moisture. It's just not my favorite formula of lip gloss, although I do think this packaging with like this little ring is really cool. This just isn't my favorite lip gloss formula in the world, but I am glad I tried it. But the eyeshadow palette, oh my god. I was so impressed when I tried it the other day, and I'm very impressed with what look I came up with today. Like this is just beautiful. So I'm just gonna do some quick swatches for you all on my hand, and we're just gonna swatch all the shades of the palette. And yeah, we'll see what I think of the ones I haven't used yet. So far I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've used 7 shades, and there's 14 shades of the palette. So I've used half the shades. And I feel like that gave me a pretty good impression of what I think of this palette, and so far I think it's beautiful. So let's get to swatching. I'm just gonna swatch these onto my hand, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So these are the first 3 shades. They do have names. It's on the back of the palette, but I just don't really feel like looking at that right now. Ooh, those are really pretty. And these are the next 3 shades. This is stunning. Ooh, these are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Does this palette have the most cohesive color story in the world? For certain, no. But to me, it's meant to be just a palette of amazing pops. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at these. So this is the whole palette swatched out on my hand. Every single shade felt really, really nice. And I would say there's a few different formulas in here. There's definitely, you know, your cream to powder mattes. You have some pretty chunky metallics. You have some smoother, more sparkly metallics. You have a few that are maybe a bit more satiny metallics. And then you have 2 shades that are like topper shades. And the topper ones are both on the bottom row. And they're this shade and this shade, which I did use this shade the other day as an inner corner shade, and I thought it was really pretty. This shade is just like silver metallic sparkles, like a wonderful topper. And I actually want to try that on my eyes now to see what kind of dimension it would provide. Ooh, that did provide a little bit more sparkle. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, if you like really pretty topper shades, this one's the way to go. But yeah, so far, I am super impressed with this palette. Is it worth the super high price tag? Only you can decide if this is something that you think you'll use enough to make it worth that price tag. But what I will say is, you know, makeup artist brands, nowadays, I'm looking at you, Pat McGrath, I feel like they're getting a lot less creative and they're trying to appeal to the masses. And I really appreciate seeing a makeup artist brand like this one and also like Half Magic Beauty, where they're really being creative and they're putting out products on the market that I think are kind of unique and really interesting. So, you know, the Pat McGraths and the Tasha Nonos of the world, they have their place. They're makeup artist brands that are accessible, not so much in price, but they're accessible like in color story and formula and that kind of thing. And then there's makeup artist brands like this one and Half Magic, where I think they're just like a creative makeup lover's dream. So anyways, that is my review. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like this video. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps me know what kinds of content that you like to see on my channel. If you like me, please subscribe. I'd love to have you all here. And if you have anything to comment down below, questions, concerns, whatever, let me know. I love chatting with you all, especially about makeup and beautiful, shiny eyeshadows. So that's it for today. Thank you all for spending part of your day with me, and I will see you all next time.